You know, after this many years, do you think I would have learned not to do this again? You would, in fact, have thought. Greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician, and we are here again, aren't we? We are finally, once again, at that point where I question my life choices and everything they have culminated in. We are doing another Nuzlocke. Another somewhat spicy-themed Nuzlocke, although not nearly to the extent as in prior years. At least not yet. This is going to be a Nuzlocke, for the uninitiated, a challenge run of Pokémon Crystal for the Game Boy Color. Now, this was essentially, not counting Blue, the first definitive tertiary version of a Pokemon game ever released. I mean, you had absolutely Pokemon Red and Green in Japan, and then the improved version came about in Blue, which was used as the frame for Red and Blue everywhere else in the world. So, I'm not entirely certain if that counts, and don't come at me with the fucking yellow version being the tertiary version of Gen 1, because that was based entirely on the anime. In any event, this is going to be a Nuzlocke of not one, not two, but 3 different versions of Pokemon Crystal. The base version I'm going to be starting out with will be Pokemon Crystal 251, a ROM hack of the original Crystal where really the only major difference is that you can successfully capture every single Pokemon from Gen 2, all 251, as the name would imply, including the event-exclusive Celebi. Now, to briefly go over how I'm going to get to the other versions of the game, I first need to explain the base rules. Now, for anyone unfamiliar, a Nuzlocke is basically an umbrella term for a playthrough of a Pokemon game where you abide by self-enforced rules to make the game more challenging. The 2 base ones are that you can only capture the first Pokemon you encounter on each route. And the second is that if that Pokemon, for whatever reason, faints, it is to be considered dead and can, under no circumstances, be used again. You have to either release it or put it into a specific box in the PC, where it will stay for the rest of the run. Now, an optional rule that most people go with anyway is that you have to nickname every single Pokemon you capture to form a stronger emotional bond. Now, that's all well and good, but here's the catch. For every single death I get in this Nuzlocke run, I have to spin a wheel that will then determine which version of the game I have to start playing next. As I mentioned, I will be starting with Pokemon Crystal 251 as the base version of the game. But if for whatever reason I lose a Pokemon along the way, the other 2 options are Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal, which I'm sure enough of you are already familiar with it, but the baseline is, it's just Pokemon Crystal, but retranslated from Vietnamese back into English to, let's just say, interesting results. And, if I lose another Pokemon, there's also the possibility that I could play a randomized ROM of Pokemon Crystal, where I will in fact have no fucking idea what to expect from any of the Pokemon that I either have to battle or capture. But the good news is that there's actually somewhat of a silver lining themed around Halloween this time around. Because every time I either win a gym badge or obtain a Pokemon by means of either a starter or a gift Pokemon, or defeat one of the Elite Four, a champion, or Red, which, let's face it, I'm not going to get that far. If I accomplish any of those things, I once again spin the wheel to see what sort of treat I will get. Either a sweet treat, a sour treat, or a spicy one. In the case of this particular run, the sweet treat will be a little Butterfinger. The sour treat will be a Sour Patch Kid. And the spicy treat will be a Red Hot. Now, that's all fairly vanilla, all things considered. I could have done a lot worse, but hey, these are supposed to be rewards for accomplishing things. However, this brings us back to the ultimatum of this run. If I wipe in all 3 games, for every game I wipe in, I'm going to have to eat a dehydrated chipotle pepper. So once again, my intestinal tract is on the line. There's no escaping it. No matter how hard I try. But with all of that said, I want to try and go into this with at least a modicum of optimism. So I'm going to be starting out with Crystal 251, with my preferred starter, with basically just those rules I mentioned. Oh yes, and before I forget, I need to mention that I did add some other rules. The main one being that I am only allowed to capture Pokemon that were introduced in Gen 2. Basically, Johto-only Pokemon. Well, I guess that's not technically true, considering Houndoom and Houndour were only available in Kanto, but in the post-game... You know what I mean. Gen 2 Pokemon only. But the little additional rules are that in Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal, the battle mode is going to be locked into set rather than switch, and in the randomizer, not only will it be set, but I will also not be able to use healing items in battle. Whether I'm going to be able to remember any of that is another matter entirely, but that's the goal. So, having said all that, great googly moogly, I think it is high time we got into the, well, I can't really say meat and potatoes this time around, can I? Tastes like UX. Russian roulette jelly beans. The thing is, Magna, I tried. Believe me, I tried to get some Russian roulette jelly beans, like Bean Boozled, but there weren't any available. So I had to go with this option, unfortunately. Got a box of those ones, and I got skunk one. It tasted like raw onion and burnt rubber. Yeah, no, that sounds about right, Koche. But, yeah, in place of, the Bean Boozled option, I had to go with something actually palatable. Anyway, speaking of palatable, I'm sure this brings some of you back. As always, do let me know how the volume is. Yes, also, congratulations, Magda, on your new persona. They look great. Which is to say, you look great. Priester. And here we are, Gen 2, my love. Alright, now before we get started, just need to make some adjustments here. So fast, on, shift, stereo. And see if I can't adjust this to make it easier to remember what version I'm playing. Oh, I should probably just stick with the typical one. So that way it's easier to remember. Anyway. Are you a boy or a girl? Who wants to break it to him, folks? I mean, in my case, it's an easy answer. Keep them guessing. You woke me up. Will you check the clock for me? Alright, so it is 7 o'clock. How many minutes? And because I don't know why I'm a stickler for this, but yeah. Night, whoa! 7:46. No wonder it's so dark. Hello! Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokémon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokémon Professor. Who let this fucking thing into my house? This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokémon. I was fucking speaking, don't interrupt me. People in Pokémon live together by supporting each other. Some people play with Pokémon, some battle with them, some do horrid, unspeakable things to them. You've been on the internet long enough to put 2 and 2 together. But we don't know everything about Pokémon yet. Even after 30 fucking years, can you imagine? There's still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokémon every day. Now, what did you say your name was? Let's see if we can actually fit it in here. Looks like I can't. Well, this'll do. This will, in fact, do. Logic, are you ready? Your very own Pokémon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. Oh, you have no idea, Professor. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokémon awaits. Let's go! I'll be seeing you later. Also, Let's Go games aren't gonna be for another fucking decade or so, Doc. Think the next Poképrof will get their degree using ChatGPT? I mean, it's only a matter of time. I mean, I could make a fucking fitting joke about that, Alex, but I guess that's technically spoilers for Gen 9. Now, let's see. No potion in this one. Oh, well. Professor Oak's Pokémon Talk. Please tune in next time. DJ Mary. Yeah, I noticed. Those are your Pokemon picture books. The wholesome kind, you perverts. DJ Mary! I have a special nostalgia for Gen 2 specifically, because that was when I first... Well, that was when I was 10 years old. I got it in the year 2000. I think I had graduated from my lime green Game Boy Color to my atomic purple one. How's your James impression? Let's see. I haven't seen this many strange letters since I put out a personal ad. The pit is it. I still need to work on that one, admittedly. Oh, look at that. 2 moms. Oh, Logic! Our neighbor, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he wanted you to do something for him. Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Here you go! Ah, yes. The Poke Gear. Pokemon gear are just Poke Gear. It's essential if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set yet. You mustn't forget that. What day is it? Friday, is it? Is it daylight savings time now? I can never fucking remember. 7:50, yep. Come home to adjust your clock for daylight savings time. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? I mean, it's getting harder every year, Mom, I'm gonna be honest. Don't you just turn the Pokegear on and select the phone icon? Phone numbers are stored in memory. Just choose a name you want to call. Gee, isn't that convenient? Good evening, Logic. I'm visiting. Logic, have you heard? My daughter is adamant about becoming Professor Elm's assistant. She really loves Pokémon. History will tell us these two were friends. Can you say brain lookout? Oh my fucking god, I just got that Magna, fuck you! Meowth, look out! I will say, if you want a voice actor who can do a damn good impression of the original 4Kids, Meowth, ProZD does a very close approximation. Let's see what's in the fridge. Fresh water and tasty lemonade. And of course I'm not given the opportunity to take those, but fuck it. But fuck it even. The sink is spotless. Mom likes it clean. Because she has no life outside of these four walls. Mom's specialty, Cinnabar Volcano Burger. Hell yeah, fuck me up. Already starting strong with the spice references. There's a movie on TV. Stars dot the sky as two boys ride on a train. I'd better get rolling too. I don't know why I'm reading in this voice considering I'm supposed to be around 11 or so years old. Ah, yes. And they kiss. Absolutely, Kosha. You know, it is interesting being back in this part of the game, just knowing that Kanto is not too terribly far away from my hometown here. And of course, we have to address the neglected redhead child in the room. The precocious Poke-puberty hit Logic's hard. Yeah, you're not wrong. So, this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? Yeah, that's a Nepo baby for you. Logic, there you are. I needed to ask you a favor. I'm conducting Pokemon research right now. I was wondering if you could help me with it, Logic. You see, I'm writing a paper that I want to present at a conference, but there's some things I don't quite understand yet. Yeah, considering your specialty is breeding, that doesn't surprise me, Doc. No offense. So, I'd like you to raise a Pokemon that I recently caught. Thanks, Logic. You're a great help. When I announce my findings, I'm sure we'll delve a bit deeper into the many mysteries of Pokemon. I'm just becoming the fucking nerdy professor character from The Simpsons. I don't understand these Pokemon just yet or where these eggs come from. Oh, hey, I got an email. Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, listen. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. Not to be confused with the 2.5 billion other Mr. Pokemon on this fucking planet. They never trademarked that shit. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Something about Vaporeon, I haven't checked his blog recently. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Wait, I know. Logic, can you go in our place? It's like John Wayne doing a Jerry Lewis. You're not even wrong, Alex. It's also dipping into, I like your funny words, Magic Man. I want you to raise one of the Pokemon contained in these balls. No, the ones on the table, I mean. You'll be that Pokemon's first partner, Logic. Go on, pick one. This game predicted Mr. Beast, you're not wrong. Professor Fink is... I mean, yeah, it's admittedly been a hot minute since I've watched The Simpsons. Nick Chikorita or a diet. Well, here's the thing. I do plan on choosing Chikorita, but not for this version of the game. It's gonna be for Vietnamese Crystal if I have to play that version. But now I'm gonna stay true to my cold, dead heart. And I'm gonna go with the goat. Do you want Totodile, the water Pokemon? You're damn right I do. I think that's a great Pokemon, too. And with that in mind, we now have Totodile in the party. Listen, I'm a simple man. I was raised on Godzilla and Power Rangers. I want my bipedal reptile monster. Yep. Oh, I should also probably mention that the naming conventions for this run are going to be word association. So, the first word that comes to mind when I see Totodile is... We're gonna need a bigger one. Mr. Pokemon lives in a little bit beyond Cherry Grove, the next city over. It's almost a direct route there, so you can't miss it. But just in case, here's my phone number. Call me if anything comes up. It's a crocodile, not a goat. You make a horrible Pokemon master. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I tend not to associate with the competitive scene for multiple reasons. So the B and O and thought you'd put in boner. I mean, I guess we're all playing word association tonight, aren't we? If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Feel free to use it anytime. Logic, I'm counting on you. Logic, I want you to have this for your errand. There we are. There are only 2 of us, so we're always busy. Yeah, I gathered that much. So original. By the way, how's the volume sounding so far with this? Alright, text speed is fast, good. Sound is A-OK. Okay, good. Just wanted to double check on that. Alright. Now, according to general Nuzlocke rules, the run doesn't officially start until I have Pokeballs. So, if Boat dies for whatever reason, then it doesn't really count. I always like when NPCs push you around in games like this. I mean, that's very telling, Alex, I'll say that. Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. I was amazed by Professor Elm's findings. He's so famous for his research on Pokemon evolution. I wish I could be a researcher like him. I mean, it's gonna be a hot minute until we get that, progressive, unfortunately. Not until Gen 5, in fact. Yo, Logic. I heard Professor Elm discovered some new Pokemon. That's one word for it. Oh, your Pokemon is adorable. I wish I had one. Now, I will say, there was a part of me that was tempted to play Heart Gold, Soul Silver for the simple fact that I could have my starter follow me around, but I wanted to remain true to the roots of the series with this. Elm's house. Hi, Logic. My husband's always... I legitimately forgot he was married. And had a kid. I don't know, I don't exactly get those vibes from him, but I suppose you never know. He's married and has a child at the very least. Gen 2 is a one game I could play either version, be equally happy. Yeah, supposedly, Alex! When he's caught up in his Pokemon research, he even forgets to eat.
When I grow up, I'm gonna help my dad. I'm going to be a great Pokemon professor.
I mean, you exist, so you're already on your way. Nepotism is a big part of the Pokemon franchise, kid. No, they never did. Like, I think they were almost hinting at the fact that Nurse Joy had the hots for him in the anime. I don't know, maybe that was just me reading too much into it. Well, here we are. We're on our way to Cherry Grove City to kill some friends along the way. Pokemon hide in the grass. Who knows when they'll pop out? Yeah, good fucking question. So, once again, as a reminder, I do not have any Pokeballs just yet, so the run as we know it has not officially started. Now, if I can get a Hoot, that wouldn't be too bad. This really brings me back. And the animated sprites were a big deal back in the day, man. Because, like, neither Gold nor Silver had that. Oh, God, that's right, and the experience bar went the other way. Yo, how are your Pokemon? If they're weak and not ready for battle, keep out of the grass. Let's see here. Ah, yeah. Oh, well, there we go. He's so fun if he died in the first fight of the rival. I mean, anything's possible. He is probably going to get Chikorita, so we will see. I'm trying to remember, I thought there was something you could get up here. Different kinds of Pokemon appear past here. If you want to catch them all, you'll have to look everywhere. Oh yeah, this is where I come later in the game. I wanted to take a break, so I saved to record my progress. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Ah, yes, the introduction to the berry trees. Is it just me, or do the Gen 2 berry trees look a lot like Milcery? Like, one moment. You're really lucky you can get an early fan piece. Oh god, that'd be amazing. Is it Milcery or Milcery? I can never remember the pronunciation. But let me just... This motherfucker. Shape of the Tree reminds me of those fried money back... You know what? You're not even wrong. But yeah, I guess the way I always interpreted it as a kid was that, like, this sort of looked like some weird, like, reverse udders, or just like a flower or some kind of suction cuppy looking thing that it would just pop the berry out of the top of. It's a fruit-bearing tree. Hey, it's a berry. Alright, now what kind of berry is the thing? Oh god, no, this was before they gave them individual names, I think, wasn't it? So this would have been like the equivalent of an oranberry before oranberries were a thing. Ah, here we are. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. I smelled the bitch on you. That's okay, everyone is a rookie at some point. If you like, I can teach you a few things. Yeah, why not? Okay, follow me. I mean, as much as I'd be tempted to skip over it, I don't want to Aaron Hansen myself. This is a Pokemon Center. Yeah, they heal your Pokemon in no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them. This is a Pokemon Mart. They sell balls for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items. Route 30 is out this way. Trainers will be battling their prized Pokemon there. This is the sea, as you can see. Don't forget to tip your servers. Some Pokemon are found only in the water. So what are you waiting for? Okay, I'll stop. Here. It's my house. Thanks for your company. Let me give you a small gift. Charleston Oh, wait, it's a map card. Fuck. I actually needed that, but well, I can't rightly take it back now, can I? Any tips to voice old guys? You have to voice a certain... That's an interesting question, actually, Magna. I guess, sort of like, for me, personally, when I'm voicing, like, an old man-type character, it's like, I almost dip into, like, falsetto, and for the uninitiated, falsetto is sort of... I like to think of it as, like, shifting gears with your vocal cords to sort of reach higher octaves or higher ranges that you might not be able to reach with your bass voice, so it's like with my bass speaking voice is sort of middle of the road where it's like, not too terribly low, but not too terribly high, and like even with the higher range there, I had to sort of like shift it so like I could reach it, so like do re mi fa sol la ti do do ti la so fa mi re, and like it gets a little harder for me to get the higher notes in that range with just my bass speaking voice. So it's sort of like, it's hard for me to describe it other than just sort of like flexing a kind of muscle with your larynx, I guess. That sort of grants you that access, and it gets into the more nasally part of your voice, like your head voice, rather than your chest voice. And then once I'm up here doing this sort of head voice, and it's sort of fairly nasally, I start by lisping a lot and put a lot of SH where S's should be. And I add a little, like, whiny element to it. A sort of, think Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. That sort of territory. And, sometimes if I want to sound less like a curmudgeon-y, like, 90 and 80-year-old man, I'll go into this voice, where I'll still be in the sort of chest voice, but I'll still provide some of the lispy territory. So I sound a little more like King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist. Happy October 3rd, by the way. So you almost sound like someone with jowls when you do it like this. Someone who's a little more in his 50s or 60s. A little more refined Silver Fox sort of character. Whiny shit, got it? Yeah, basically whiny shit. Like whiny shit and a bit of a emphasis on an SH. And just sort of straining your voice, and you'll get like the old man. Look, I do apologize if that's not particularly helpful, Magna, but that's sort of the best way I can describe it. So yeah, just sort of whiny, nasally in your head voice. Add that bit of the SH into a lot of things, and don't be afraid to let your voice crack. But I will say, like, do be careful not to strain your voice too much. Like, I'm a huge fucking hypocrite when it comes to that, because just, even through a lot of my reaction videos, I'll do impressions of certain videos, or certain characters from the shows I'll do reactions of, and that can really fuck up my voice. So, I will say, if you're going to, I guess, put your vocal range to the test, make sure you've got a lot of things like water, a lot of water. Specifically, have like water with lemon. That can definitely help. Or if you have like some like honey lemon cough drops, like get one of those economy size bags if you can afford it. I think there's like a breath spray called singer's friend or something to that effect. I used to use it all the time when I was a professional singer. Lemon water, yeah, absolutely. Or some nice tea. Some, like, tea with honey or lemon can definitely help. Throat coat tea, yes, absolutely, Alex, thank you. We'll try to get that. Usually get some juice. I mean, juice can be fine. Like, try to avoid something with a lot of sugar for, like, vocal stuff, specifically. Of course, I say that, but I also invoked, like, the cough drops. Maybe something with ginger as well. This sort of, like, clears the passageways, as it were. But ultimately, nobody knows your body but you. So just be careful not to hurt yourself, and make sure that you have, like, a go-to remedy for a sore throat prepared, just in case you know, strain something. But I wouldn't worry too terribly much about it if you're just sort of testing the waters when it comes to voice acting, or singing, or anything else to that effect. Cough spray with benzocaine is probably too strong as a pre-cream. You know what? That's a good point as well, Alex. I will say that. Pokegear becomes more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck on your journey. See, I'm so used to getting the running shoes from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so I forget if running is even a feature from base Gen 2. Why does it move so fast? Because he kept the running shoes for him fucking self, that's why. Now... So, I remember, like, the only real difference between the Pokemon Center theme from Gen 2 to Gen 1 was just... They added a bit more of a... I guess, not even much of a beat. It's like, there's almost percussion with the instrumentation of the Gen 2 Pokemon Center theme. I mean, otherwise it's exactly the same as the Gen 1 Pokemon Center theme. Like, you can hear the underlying, like, do, 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 do. Like, that wasn't present in the original, like, Gen 1 Pokemon Center theme. Whereas, like, more like... I mean, honestly, it's just sort of like a continuous melody. The year they sort of broke it up, like, to the point where, comparatively speaking, you just want to sort of whip a nene. That's what the kids are still doing, right? Good evening, you're... Hey, don't judge. I do remember that was another big gimmick of Gen 2, because they actually had, like, a built-in clock for the actual time, and different Pokemon became available depending on whether it was day or night. Whip a nene. Listen. I don't claim to be hip with the kids. Alright, now let's see. How much cash do I have? I cannot access Pokeballs just yet. That makes sense. Oh, shit. I completely forgot. One of the big fucking gimmicks of this playthrough. Because I now have a starter Pokemon, I need to spin the wheel. So... let's see what sort of treat I get for getting Boat. Oh, hell yeah! Alright. So, now because of that, I get to break into my little box of Butterfinger, which is my favorite candy bar. So, let me just go ahead and... boop. The Whippin' guy got arrested for murder recently. Why does that not surprise me? What a fucking world we live in. Alright. And... start off strong. I got my favorite starter. Got my favorite candy. Let's see how it all goes horrifically wrong. Love Butterfingers until the candied wells of mouth shut. Yeah, no, that's the downside of Butterfinger. Because, like, it's tasty as fuck, but it does essentially hot glue your teeth together. Simply develop a forming acid gland. I mean, listen, not all of us are so evolutionarily gifted, Cochet. Check your privilege. I'm just saying. Actually, that should help. Alright, now. Oh, well. Hell yeah. My guy. I do love Spinarak. It's such a shame that both, like, Ledian and Ariados are almost near universally shit on. I mean, are they competitively viable? No, but, I mean, fuck the competitive scene, like I said. Yes, absolutely, it's Noom. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, Magna. If I do get a Spinarak, I'm gonna name it Noom. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love Spinarak and Ariados. Like, more so than Lediba and Ledian. It's like, I have nothing against Lediba, except for the fact that I have death anxiety because of a dream that involved a Lediba at some point or another. I won't go into it or bore ya. I suppose I should ask for clarification, Magda. Is it Noom like Noom, or is it Num like Nummy Yummy? Yeah, I could be completely wrong on this. Cochet raises a valid point. If I'm gonna be force-kinning one of my Pokemon to your OC, I better get their name right. There we go, level 6. Yeah, honestly, a lot of the soundtrack for Gen 2 is basically Gen 1 stuff. Well, at least the incidental stuff is just Gen 1 music, but with more of an underlying beat to it. I think there should be... Yep. And I'm like, yeah. Depends if you speak English, like it's the num... Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I will go with numb, then. I'll think numb as in, like, my leg's gone numb. But that is good to know. Thank you for pointing that out, Cochet. And I will keep that in mind, Magna. Oh, this fucker. You know, Pokemon eat berries. Well, my Pokemon got healthier by eating a berry. Here, I'll share one with you. Let's not tell him I just fucking pilfered berries from his tree outside. Check trees for berries. They just drop right off. I mean, this just comes naturally to me because I grew up in a little mountain cul-de-sac that was just a 5-minute walk away from a river, and they're just fucking miles of, like, I guess maybe not miles, but, like, there were a lot of, like, spiky vines of wild blackberries going along that river. My favorite rapper, Numb. Took me a second to get that, Cochet. Actually, just be on the safe side. Because I have 3 berries now. 13. Yeah, I think that's good enough. The fuck? Boat is holding something. Oh! Huh! Well, it looks like he would have used that berry anyway. Huh. Okay. Pop off, boat. Brought a little passenger with him. Ah, boy. Really fucking valuable given that there's spinner rack around here. Now, if I remember correctly, Mr. Pokemon's house should be up this way. Yep.
Hello, you must be Logic. Professor Elm said that you would visit. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine.
Okay. Got the mystery egg, so that means we have to spin the wheel yet again. Alright, so. This music you're hearing, by the way, was provided very graciously by Cochet. And, oh, well, we got another suite. I am oddly suspicious of this very fortunate luck. Alright, so. Wonder what the horse. Hey, now! By the way, if any of you are in the market for some custom music, I highly recommend commissioning Cochet. They do wonderful, wonderful work. So, let me get another Butterfinger. Alright. Yes, absolutely. All of the money, Alex. Oakley dokley.
I know a couple who run a Pokemon daycare service. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent an email to Professor Elm, or Prof. Elm, as he often insists on calling him. For Pokemon evolution, Pokemon Elm is the authority.
Professor Rowan would like a word.
Even Professor Oakhill recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it.
Haha! So, your logic! I just realized as I was going for Professor Oak, I ended up more vaudeville. It's like, the world of tomorrow, today! I'm Oak, a Pokemon researcher. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? Let's see. I see. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. To researchers like Professor Elm and I, Pokemon are our friends. You know, the thing is, I always get conflicted when I see Professor Oak, because, like, he has such a great fucking voice in the anime, like the English dub of the anime. It's just a fucking shame that his voice actor in real life was a fucking right-wing asshole. At least for the 4Kids dub. As far as I'm aware, Gary Oak's voice actor was pretty chill. Rip to a real one, by the way. He saw that you would treat your Pokemon with love and care. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of Pokédex. Just Pokédex, not the Pokédex. Are there professors who see Pokemon as food that be suffering? I mean, technically? I mean, trying to think. I guess it depends on how much of a naturalist fucking Professor Birch is. Like, his ass is always out in the wild. Trying to think, honestly. I feel like Professor Burnett would probably eat a fucking Pokemon if she were pressed hard enough. I mean, once again, I will not touch on Turo or Sada for obvious reasons. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to my... or in English, sorry. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. And also talk to my cousin about shaving off that fucking mullet. Logic, I'm counting on you.
You're returning to Professor L. Yeah, your Pokemon should have some rest. I'm depending on you.
I get that a lot.
Hello, Logic, it's a disaster! It's terrible. What should I do? Oh no! Please get back here now! Haven!
Oh, well. There. Okay, so they did have different berry types. I guess the default berry was just Oran berry. The poison cure berry. Real original. I should probably get in at least one more battle, just to make sure Boat's all good and prepped. Alright, so let's start with a Leer. It always struck me as funny that Leer looked like just a fucking laser beam from the eyes. Oh, you fucker of mothers. Well, I guess that was a waste of a turn. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. Oh, crit. Oh, nice. Alright, well. If I get one more level along the way, I should be set for the rival fight. I fucking hate birds. I mean, knowing my luck, my encounter will be a fucking hoot-hoot. Because again, keep in mind, I am only allowed to use Johto Pokemon, or Gen 2 Pokemon, for this run. Let's see here. There we go. And skadoosh. Oh, damn, yeah, that's right. We learned Rage real fucking fast. There we are. West side. Anyway, enough of me being painfully white. Nope, okay. Still need to get through the fucking battle. Alright, so. Now, just need to save. Alright, so. Ellipses of Doom. You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. A wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Yes, you got the most unnecessarily hated starter in history. Here's the thing, like, Chikorita isn't my favorite of the Gen 2 starters, but I don't get the hate for it. Like, it's an interesting design. I prefer something like Bulbasaur, but it's still cute, and I really don't get the hate for Meganium either. Like, it's a little quirky, but apart from that, I don't really see what the big deal is. Well, I'm just gonna let it play a little longer because I just like this music. Like, I will say that Gen 2 has some of my favorite music in Pokemon. Just in general. I mean, obviously, yes, it's because they had a little more... Well, not even more time to work on it, but, like... The soundtrack, I feel like, was more conceptualized in Gen 2 than Gen 1 was allowed to be. Like, there's trace elements of a lot more sort of traditional slash... I don't want to necessarily say feudal Japanese vibes from the aesthetics of Gen 2, but, like, it's based on an entirely different region of Japan. Like, Kanto is just the Kanto region of Japan, whereas Johto, I would have to double check, but it's based off of another real-life region of Japan. And so I think they wanted to push the Japanese influence a bit more with Gen 2. I mean, hence, you know, Ho-Oh being one of the box legendaries. I'm not going to get into the whole why Lugia is in there and why Lugia probably shouldn't be in there argument, because everyone and their grandma's dog's unborn litter has already made a video essay about it, but I still think Lugia is cool. Even if it wasn't the original plan for the secondary Gen 2 legendary. Are you happy you won? You proud of yourself? Am I gonna cry? Piss my pants, baby? Sorry, just need a moment. My name's... Wait, actually, again, what the fuck am I doing? My name is... I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon trainer. I mean, I don't have a fur for the... Out of my way! Okay, die. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not one of those edgelords who feels like every Pokemon rival needs to be a complete asshole. But I feel like we need another asshole rival. Like, I get why Pokemon is shifted away from that direction with the rivals, because they want to promote healthy rival dynamics and healthy competition with kids. I get that, and I think that's good. And obviously, these games are no longer made for people like me who are in their mid to late 30s. But at the same time, I feel like it's also just interesting to have someone that you want to just... Someone who you see has the wrong idea about how to raise Pokemon and needs to be shown by example. Rivals don't feel like rivals. Well, I mean, they do and they don't. I will say this. I feel like the best written rivals in Pokemon are Cheren and Bianca from Black and White. Because they sort of represent the two, I guess, extremes of, like, Pokemon training philosophy, where Bianca is very much all brain, or no, sorry, Bianca is all heart with how she raises her Pokemon. You know, she picks a lot of ones that look cute and that she has an attachment to, whereas Cheren is very much strategic. Cheren is going to nationals. You know, he's that type of motherfucker. And he's got a massive fucking inferiority complex outside of what he can and can't achieve in battles, whereas Bianca is just trying to find a fucking identity for herself outside of how she's been defined her entire life by her overly possessive father. And you understand that these kids haven't got shit figured out, and you're rooting for them, even as you're beating them into the fucking ground with your own Pokemon. Like, I feel like they tried to overcomplicate things with the fucking herd of rivals in Gen 6. I genuinely think that, like, a close second for me in terms of, like, great rivals and just well-written characters would be the party of friends / rivals in Gen 9. Nimona, Penny, and Arven. Like, they're just great characters, very well written, and I enjoyed seeing them on their own individual journeys. I think kids should be allowed to beat the shit out of people that are better than... I mean, at the end of the day, is that not what Pokemon's all about?
I heard a Pokemon was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor Elm. Apparently, it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name?
Alright. So... I mean... I have to. If you know, you know. I mean, in the next one, Alex. In the next one.
Okay, so Entropy was his name. Thanks for helping my investigation.
Logic, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery?
Logic handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm.
This? Shit, I dropped it. But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokédex. Logic, is that true? That's incredible. He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, Logic, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon, too. You should take the Pokemon Gym Challenge. The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. Logic, the road to championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Envision Entropy as a twink. I mean, basically.
Logic, use these on your Pokédex quest.
Here we fucking go.
To add to your Pokédex, you have to catch Pokémon. Throw Pokéballs at wild Pokémon to get them. Logic,
okay, there we go. Alright, so... we are well on our way to actually having a proper Nuzlocke. Things didn't work out with the neighbor lady again, huh, Mom? Wow, that's a cute Pokemon. Where'd you get it? So, you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know, I'll save your money. Please don't. No. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now, go on. Before I change my mind, you dumb animal. Go on. Get out of here. Oh, hey, I think that's my cue to leave. But yes, a hot tip for anyone who's never played Gen 2. If you say yes to that, your mom will take a little bit of your money away from every... actually, it's more that you send... Canonically, the excuse is you send some of your money to mom to manage, and she will spend that money on random items, like berries and shit, for you. You can go back to your house anytime you're able to and just ask her to stop and collect that money, but if you want to keep everything, just avoid all that rigmarole in general. There we are. Tried me with a pickeroo that only had pieces to make. I mean, stranger things have happened. Alright, so... Oh god. Well, we have another tutorial. I've seen you a couple times. How many Pokemon have you caught? Would you like me to show you how to catch Pokemon? I mean... Once again, I'm rather well acquainted, but just for the sake of it. Should have kept that on for fun of RNG. I might do that for one of the other runs, Alex. I love how, like, the back sprite for this trainer is... Dude, I forgot his name was Dude. He literally is just like Ted from next door. Ah, my word. That's how you do it. If you weaken them first, Pokemon are easier to catch. Okay, so... Now we get into the actual meat and potatoes of the Nuzlocke. So, as a reminder, I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter on each route. However, I have an additional stipulation with this run, where I can only use Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. And as we have seen, there are Rattata and other Kanto Pokemon around. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go through the grass, and if after 3 attempts, I cannot find a Johto Pokemon or a Gen 2 Pokemon, I have to skip this route. So, let us commence forth. Alright, so there's attempt 1. And we are going to skip this. And attempt number 2. Of course. Alright, so... Now, I am 6 levels stronger than this thing, so... think we're gonna have to just ball it. Of course, it wouldn't be that easy. I mean, I will say, if it, like, gets me the growl a few more times, then I might be able to afford a single scratch attack. Actually, let me attempt 1 scratch, now that my attack's been lowered. Okay. Here we go. Hoot Hoot, the owl Pokemon. It begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place of clocks. Well, funnily enough, take a wild guess as to what my guess was gonna be, or my name was gonna be. So, I now need to update my team. See here. All right. So, we have clock, and we have boat. I mean, it's about as stereotypically Johto as it gets. I mean, I'm relatively certain that was my only other option in the daytime. Or in the nighttime, rather. Alright, now let's take a look at our team. Oh, I forgot that I went lowercase with boat. Well, I'm not exactly all that connected to clock anyway. But, honestly, I feel like with just how loud the birds and giant grandfather clocks can be, that's honestly just kind of what I imagine it sounds like constantly, just all caps. Alright, so far we're doing relatively well. Of course, I say that. Cut to when I'm flat on my ass and regretting my life choices. Alright, so I have 3, I want to say? There we go. And I have... don't have enough money. There we go. Poison's gonna be a motherfucker, so... I should get at least 1 Paralyze Heal. Just be on the safe side. Actually, since I have the one... yeah, never mind. I'm overcomplicating things. Alright. You're trying to see how good you are as a Pokemon trainer? You better visit the Pokemon gyms all over Johto and collect badges.
When I get older, I'm going to be a gym leader. I make my Pokemon battle with my friends to make them tougher.
Good on you. Alright, so... now, we have the opportunity to catch us a Num. Will luck be on our side? Well, Dupe's Claws. Now, for the uninitiated, Dupe's Claws is basically, if I've already captured that type of Pokemon, I get to try again. But I am limiting it to 3 attempts per route. Hey! Alright, so. I think, yeah, I will go in with a single Pokeball just to start. Because again, I'm level 8. I'll try one more, and if it doesn't stick, then I'll attempt a single scratch. There we go! We got Num. Spinarak, the String Spit Pokemon. Actually, what am I doing? I should do the fucking Pokedex voice. If prey becomes ensnarled in its nest of spun string, it waits motionlessly until it becomes dark. Yes, yes, I believe I do. Actually, I'm gonna let you pick. I'll let you pick Magna. All caps or lowercase for the other two letters. Seeing as how you typically spell num with, like, the capital, you know, all caps with, like, Magna num. Lowercase, you got it. There we are. All right. So slowly but surely, we are getting ourselves a team. Num acquired. Yes, absolutely. So now, just need to add. There we are. This is a little bitty num. My name is capitalized to avoid people spelling me Mag. You know what? That's absolutely valid. All right. Yeah, let's know that still carries over. And I believe... I think I would like to give Num a bit of experience. I mean, I will be immediately switching to Boat, but... everyone's having fun battling. You should too! I just lost, so I'm trying to find more Pokemon. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle! Alright, so, moment of truth. Our first actual battle outside of, well, Entropy. If you say that shorts are comfy and easy to wear, I swear to fuck. Alright, now, bringing up Boat. Don't trust that. Oh, you motherfucker. See, the thing is, as a kid, I never paid attention to the likes of Tail Whip or Leer or things like that. Because, like, oh, it doesn't do any damage, therefore it doesn't matter. Alright. Ah, I lost again! Doggone it! What's a dog? Alright. Now, let's see, I believe Num should still be up front. Yes. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. Agency is a myth. I'm an unlimited materialist. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely want to get Num out of here. The only stat that matters to lower HP is 0. All the moves are worthless. Okay, calm down. Ah, my word. There we are. Hell yeah, Num get up to 4. About to use Rattata. Will I change Pokemon? Yes, I will. I love the little butt wiggle. Alright, boat. Now, as a reminder, I currently have the battle style set to Switch, but once I dip into the other versions of Crystal, I will be switching it to Set, which means I will not be able to change my Pokemon before the opponent sends out theirs. Once again, always keep an eye out for when they're trying to lower your defense. Like, especially if you're playing Gen 4, because fuck me, that can really mess up your Nuzlocke run real quick. Alright, now... how is Boat doing? Boat's doing alright. I think I'll keep this going until Num gets to level 5, then I'll do it with Clock. I'm not a trainer, but if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle. Speak of the devil. Imagine level 4 Rattata with Hyperfan sneaks up. I mean, honestly... given that one of my ROMs is randomized, I wouldn't be surprised. Bug catcher. Oh, I mean... well, let's see here. Poison Sting. Love randomizers. Well, you're in luck, Alex, because if I lose a Pokemon in this version of the game, there's a chance I will be playing a randomizer. So, let's test the waters with a Poison Sting, see how much Num can do. Yeah, no, that tracks. So far, so good. Hey, there we go. Good job, Num. There we go. Alright. Use Caterpie. I think we can keep Num in. I do like Cat. I do enjoy a number of bug Pokemon that are literally, like, just bug in terms of their over. Jesus! Num's got something to prove. There we go. Excellent work, Num. Alright, so first and foremost, let's see. There we are. And next, we are switching you the fuck out with Clock. Num Sweep. Absolutely Num Sweep. Alright. Oh, God. So, sorry. Ooh. This is technically... yeah, no, this is a new route. So we can get a new friend here. With that in mind, I should actually probably... well, no, I mean, for... actually, no, we don't get experience from battles. This is Gen. I don't think we would start getting experience from, like, non-fainting battles until Gen 6. So I'm actually going to bring Boat up front, just to be on the safe side. Alright. So what have we got here? Alright, so dupes. Unless it's daytime, that's a distinct possibility. Well, we will find out soon enough. Yeah, it might just be Spinner X and Hoot Hoots this route. I mean, third time's a charm. And... oh! Oh, but it's Kanto. Now that is a shame. But I did put out the stipulation that we're only catching Gen 2 Mon, so... this, unfortunately, cannot... yes, I know, I'm sorry, Magna. I'm sure it hurts. But at least we have Numb. At least we have... actually! Hold on! No, because... I think we can actually use this, because Gen 2 introduced Politoed. So yeah, I think we actually can catch this because Politoed was introduced in Gen 2. So, you're in luck, Magna. Now, I'm gonna start very carefully with a single scratch. Ooh. Well, here's the thing, like... Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath are Gen 1. But Politoed was introduced in Gen 2. I'm gonna say it counts. I mean, it's like, when I played through Scarlet and Violet, for example, every new Pokemon generation, I will only capture the Pokemon that are introduced in that generation. Because it's just how I like to play Pokemon. I like focusing on the new Mon. And I got a Mankey, because Annihilate was introduced in Gen 9. Ah, so close. Well, I mean, like, it's from the same evolutionary line. Like, the difference is, like, with typical Gen 2, the only way you can get Politoed is by trading a Poliwhirl with a King's Rock. However, this is Pokemon Crystal 251, which means without trading and without events, you can get every single Pokemon from Gens 1 and 2 in this game. Which means I can get access to Politoed. Alright, so. Ah, come on. Yeah, man. Could try one more with this, and then I need to try something else. Ah, come on. Alright, so something else has got to give here. I can't hit it with another scratch. That's gonna absolutely kill it. I could chance bringing Numb out for a Poison Sting, but that risks poisoning it. it is technically a higher level than Poliwhirl here. Or Poliwag, rather. I will bring Num out for one turn and see if they can take a hit. Okay, if that's a crit, then we're fine. Okay. It's in the yellow. Hey! We have Magna. Poliwag, the tadpole Pokémon. The swirl on its belly is its insides showing through the skin. It looks clearer after it eats. Oh, yeah. And in honor of Magna, I mean, you know I had to. I had to, Magna. I had no choice. It is, in fact, all coming together. Mayhaps not in the way you predicted. But we're doing this. Alright. So, now... There you are. All right. So we've got a pretty solid team so far. Right. Now the main issue is so just to try and get clock up a bit. Save here. Because I'm relatively certain this guy above us is a trainer. Dark Cave. If Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. Oh, okay, so, never mind. Hey, let's go. Alright. Well, we could try to get a Pokemon from the cave. Now, actually, you know what? Fuck it, since we're already here. Now, I think... if memory serves, I think we're mainly looking at, like, Geodude and Zubat, but we won't know until we try. So, 3 tries in here. And I'll say, if we find a Zubat, that counts, considering Crobat was introduced in Gen 2. So... So that's a no. And one more try. Alright, can we get a Zubat? That's not something you hear very often in a Nuzlocke, I understand, but... Come on. The suspense is killing us. Zubat. Yes! Okay. Yeah, I'm just going for a ball. Oh, come on. Still can't believe it took like 8 gens to make Leech Life a decent move. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, there we go. And I have the perfect name. Zubat, the bat Pokémon. During the day, it gathers with others and hangs from the ceilings of old buildings and caves. Alright, I mean, I can't not. In honor of the late, great Kevin Conroy. Spread for this gen is fun. Oh yeah, no, absolutely it is. Alright, so now string up. There we are. There we go. So we have Kevin the Zubat. I recall a Gen 2 mod that added custom sprites for every Pokemon, but can't recall that again. I mean, it's entirely possible. Just check something real quick. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with this sprite for French. There we go, that's better. Alright, we've got a pretty good looking party here. So far, so good. Bitter Berry, and I think this is for paralysis. So keep putting it off, but I should probably just put clock up front there. Walked too far today looking for Pokemon. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy. If I were wild Pokemon, I'd be easy to catch. Okay, so the bitter berries to wake you up. So damn. Okay. Yeah, honestly, we're getting pretty good luck with our encounters so far. And just because I'm afraid of the possibility of us not being able to run away. There we go. Yeah, no, that would have fucked up Clock. I mean, once I get Bite, then we're gonna be in business. There we go. Oh, okay, I was a bit of a ways away.
I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you.
I'm sure you did, little Timmy. I'm sure you did. Oh, God. Motherfucker wasn't kidding. I do not have any flying type moves just yet. I will test the waters with a tackle. Okay, I think we're fine. Like, if it's all Caterpie, we should be fine. Like, if they bring out a Spinnerack, then it'd be another matter, but if it's like Caterpie and Metapod, I think we should be fine with Clock. Okay, yeah. Ah, boy. And we have plenty of berries and potions, so I don't think we need to worry about anything. He said in the classic Nuzlocke fashion, setting up, of course. Oh, I was just thinking if it had a crit. Okay, now. Caterpie. Let's see. Do crits 3 times or 4 times? I think crits are just generally 2 times damage. I could be mistaken. I don't know all these stats that go into it off the top of my head. I do know that Gen 4 is infamous for just how many crits pop up. I think I will keep Clock in, but I'm absolutely healing them. We'll find out when we do. We absolutely will. Let's see. There we go. Eat up. Okay. That's a good sign. Yeah, don't trust that we're seeing more crits all of a sudden with this Caterpie. I knew they were going to do something. I'll keep them in for now. There it is. Oh, there it is. Hey, guess what, Clock? You are out of here. I think I'm gonna go with... Because Numb is poison type, so in theory, Numb should be immune to poison? In terms of, like, not getting poisoned. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely using, like, a an antidote. And now it becomes a battle of attrition. Yeah, no, I'm going to be using the Piss and Heal Berry. There we go. Alright, good job, Numb. Earning your keep. Alright, so... use on you. Alright. Yeah, no, that final crit, the crit mattered, as Ray Narvaez Jr. would say. Alright. I didn't ask for your life story, little Timmy. Oh, sweet. Alright. Now, it's just a matter... Up front. Alright. Alright. There we are. And then hopefully, by the time I get up past that little ridge, we should be into Violet City. Alright. Good job, Kev. Oh, come on. Well, again, unfortunately, Kevin does need the experience, so... I would send out Numb, but Numb's defense as a Spinnerack is not great. Am I taking risks with my starter? Absolutely. But you know what? You know what? That's the end of that thought. Okay. Motherfucker, found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. Going to raise it to take on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City's gym. Is it a wipe if your starter dies? No. Hi there. Did you visit Sprout Tower?
You won't stop asking me about a Sprout Tower. Do I need to call someone?
Came too far out. I'd better phone home. Alright. There we go. But basically, I'm going by, I know, generally speaking, with a lot of Nuzlockes, if you white out or black out, even if you have Pokemon still in the box, that's the end of the run. I kind of think that rule is horseshit. I'm gonna be honest. Because if you still have Pokemon in the box, like, that aren't fainted, then that's still technically Pokemon you had that you could recover your run with. Alright. So, I mean, it's a work in progress, but we have some fairly decent... I love, by the way, that so far my fucking team has all the base Johtomon on the left and the Kantomon with new evolutions on the right. Funny how that works out. How the fuck has it already been nearly 2 hours? Alright. So, I do find it interesting, by the way, that in stark contrast with Gen 1, where if you pick either Bulbasaur or Squirtle, you are set pretty much for the first couple of gyms, because Rock and Water. Whereas in Gen 2, if you start with Chikorita, you're kind of fucked, because Faulkner is a flying type specialist. Alright, so I think what I want to do is bump Boat up to level 10 and see if I can't get everyone else up to level 5 at least. So let's save here. Alright, so get some training in. Level 4. Yeah, Kev, no offense to you, buddy. I think we need to swap you out for someone who's, got a bit more experience. Clock, you are in. You're on the clock. Damn, we're gonna be here for a minute. Alright. Hope you brought some snacks of your own. Okay. Yeah, you know, fuck it. There we go. There's Kev. Alright. Good job, Clock. And you have absolutely earned it. We're not hurting for money, so... So, let's... Yeah, I think we're good with, that, and then... There we go. So far, so good. Again, I am saying that now. And in doing so, I am marking my fucking Pokemon for death. Alright, leech life. Okay, it's not so bad. Oh boy, this is gonna be... Oh yeah, this is gonna take some time. You know, I get the distinct impression that it might behoove me to switch out to someone other than Kevin. Yeah, French, do you want to do me a solid and teach your cousin out here some manners? Of course. Well, the good news is I don't think we can... like, unless we miss every single fucking move for the next several turns, I don't think we can lose. Oh, boy. Or if you get continuous crits for the next several turns, I suppose that would also do it. And of course, now that I've said that, watch it manifest. Ah, boy. Everyone's favorite part of any Nuzlocke stream, grinding. Now, the thing is, there is a part of me that was tempted to try and look for some sort of way to implement, like, infinite rare candies with this run so that I wouldn't have to worry as much about grinding, but I feel like that just sort of takes the challenge out of a Nuzlocke in terms of, like, I don't know, just preparing for upcoming challenges. Like, it's a Nuzlocke, it's not meant to be easy. Ah, dear. Back to the center. I would compromise for like one rare candy per wild Pokemon defeated. You know, maybe? I mean, I'd have to look into how to potentially implement that, so I might consider that, Magna. I mean, the alternative being, you know, in between Nuzlocke streams, I can spend some time grinding off-screen to help speed things along, but... Huh. That's a level 5 Bellsprout. I mean... I am doing more damage than it is doing damage to me, which tracks because of the type difference. I still find it hilarious that so many people are so butthurt over the design for Mega Victory Bell. Like, again, I am someone who hates Megas conceptually, and I just find it hilarious that people are so bent out of shape. Because it's like, you wanted more Megas, here's more Megas! You got exactly what you fucking asked for, guys. And yes, I do in fact have every intention, once I get my hands on Legend ZA, of playing through the entire game without once utilizing the Mega Evolution mechanic. I am that fucking petty. I'm gonna end up using every fucking leech life I have on this one Bellsprout. I mean, I suppose the good news is that fucking Bellsprout Tower is gonna be an amazing place to grind for Kevin. It'd be hilarious if this bitch, like, used struggle on the last pixel of health. There we are. Good job, Kev. Alright, so now... Now, if I run into a Bellsprout, I'm fucking yeeting myself into orbit to get away from it. Okay. So another battle of attrition. So this is literally gonna come down to a matter of whether or not one of us crits or one of us misses. Like, I liken this to the fucking episode of the anime where Ash is facing off against that other dude in the samurai outfit, where they're both using Metapod. The difference is this actually has stakes and actually fuck this. Just fuck this. Boat the Goat. Here saving the stream yet again. Bring us all gently down the stream. Row, row, boat fight the power. I'll probably be thinking of new fucking sphincter cringing dad puns for the rest of the fucking time I'm using boat. There we go. Alright, time to heal. Alright, so there we are. Alright, so now I think we can bring Clock back up. So if we can get the rest of the team up to, say, level 7... Actually, I need to check something very important. Because another aspect of Nuzlockes that many people implement that I feel like I should as well is overleveling. I mean, I might skip it for the 251 run, but for the other ROMs, I feel like I should adhere to the rule of never over-leveling your Pokemon over what the next gym leader max level is. So let's see here. Oh! Well, it looks like we're there already. Because it looks like Faulkner's highest level Pokemon is Pidgeotto at level 9. So, I think what I'm gonna do is get everyone else up to a level 7, because that's the level of his Pidgey. And yeah, I think that'll work. And once again, I don't think I'll worry too much about the overleveling rule for the 251 ROM, but if I have to play either the Vietnamese or randomized ROMs, I'm absolutely adhering to the level cap. If you get stung or poisoned again, motherfucker, it's always been you. It has consistently been Clock. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting out fairly lax with some of the rules with the 251 run. Okay. Come on. The thing is, like, I do love, like, the designs of Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. Like, especially since they do develop, you know, they get psychic moves later on. So they're pretty handy Pokemon to have in the early game. But, like, after the early game, it's just unfortunate that they just sort of get cast to the wayside like your typical Pidgey or Rattata. Now you absolutely need to get a fucking pick-me-up. Now, ideally, I would like to see if I can't get my first gym badge before the end of the stream. So it may still be a little bit before we end for the evening, but, you know. This is very much just the start of the run, so it's gonna be slow going. That's early game Pokemon in a nutshell anyway, so. Nice to know you've built up at least some resistance, Clock. There we go. Foresight. I couldn't get Peck. No, of course. Fucking course not. Ah, boy. Hi! Yeah, no, I'm useless here. I feel so fucking bad for the Ghastly line in Gen 1, man. Because, like, they were the OG Ghost Pokemon. And it was this whole fucking... That was the generation to establish type matchups. And it makes sense that, okay, you have ghosts. Those are going to give psychic types and psychics a problem. And it, because I love Ghastly too. I love Ghastly and Haunter. Gengar, I'm not as fond of. But, like, I do love that line in general. And it gets fucked over so badly by the poison typing. Like, it's established that, like, the one thing... Because, like, this was back when Psychic type was still OP as fuck. It hadn't really been nerfed all that much until they introduced, like, you know, the Dark type in Gen 2. But, like... Oh, God. Oh! Hey, Kevin! You want to lend a hand here, bud? But... Yeah, no, they went out of their way to establish that ghosts are strong against psychic types, and then they just fucking nerf Ghastly and the whole line so badly by giving them the poison typing. Actually, yep, Kevin, fucking... I think you need to step out, buddy. You need anything but leech life. There we go. Fucking A. Well, that was needlessly terrifying. But yeah, no, like it's because like they even had that whole episode or that little arc in the anime where Ash gets his ass handed to him by Sabrina and has to go to Lavender Town to get Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, and then they go back to beat Sabrina, but like the poison typing in the game just makes it so that could never fucking happen. And again, I love Ghastly and Haunter and Gengar. I love pretty much... I'm struggling to think of a Ghost-type Pokemon I dislike. Let's see here. Alright. There we go. Okay. Just like that. Alright. There we go. Now, I'm trying to remember, do I need to take care of, like, Sprout Tower before I face Falconer? Because I know Entropy's gonna be skulking around in that tower somewhere. Ah, boy. Oh, well, great fucking start.
Cross counter.
Hey, you were just determined to make this as fucking tedious as possible, aren't you? Yep. Like rusty clockwork. Oh boy. Yo! Okay, Clock had enough of that shit. Alright. Well then. Let's see here. Alright. So, Numb. We need to get you up to par with everyone else. And thankfully it shouldn't take as long. Well, I spoke too fucking soon, didn't I? Yeah, no, fuck this. Hey, boat. Again, once we get Bite, it's gonna be fucking Sweep City. There we go. Now, Scary Face, that's something. My word. You know, I'm beginning to remember why I don't do too terribly many Nuzlockes, and that is because of the fucking early game grind. It's a good fucking thing that this is hitting you as much as it is. Even with you also being poison type. I feel so bad for Bellsprout. Like, there's so many people who just think it's ugly, and the unfortunate Pokédex number assignment isn't helping things. But honestly, it's just a funny little guy just trying to live its life. Alright, just to be on the safe side. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to talk about. So, as I mentioned, there's a fuck ton of music in Gen 2 that I absolutely adore. I think, honestly, because I think there might be some things like, I do like the Paldea gym leader theme, but I think it might just be a close second because I think my favorite gym leader theme has to be the Johto one. Like, it just sounds like so imposing. It's like the next stage of just intimidation from the Kanto gym leader theme. So I think it is a close second, with like the Paldea one being second to the Johto gym leader theme. I just realized this is a terrible idea. I mean, I don't think any of these Hoot Hoot know any flying type moves, but just to be on the safe side. I think it's literally just Growl and Tackle with these fuckers. Alright. Come on, Num. We will get you there in due time. Oh god, and then there's this bitch. There we are. Okay, that's not too bad. Now, if we can get you to, like, Bug Bite or something, then we're talking. It's interesting, because, like, I was talking to someone the other day who was not born in the United States, and they had no idea what, like, the name origin for Poliwag was, because, like, you know, like, the term Poliwag is, like, apparently a very American term for tadpole. And so they just sort of had this deer-in-the-headlights reaction to, like, wait, that's what the origin is? And it is interesting, just like, just how much we take certain aspects of language for granted when it comes to, like, naming conventions and puns. Which I know is very much the same with whatever fucking language the pun is being made in. But, like... I mean, that's just it. Like, the history of Pokemon names is just the history of dad jokes. Alright, now. If we can get a Bellsprout right about now, that'd be fan-tuckin-fastic. Of course not. Alright, well, let's see what a Leech Life does on this thing. Just one more, and then I think we're gonna be switching you out to someone who can actually make a dent. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Kevin. This is not, in fact, cutting it. Ah, yeah, brother. But speed spell. But speed spell. You know, sometimes I forget I had a fucking speech impediment growing up, and then I have moments like that.
She sells seashells down by the seashore.
Slowly but surely, we are... Fuck off. Okay, just... Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it's something. Ah, boy. Kevin's got 2 moods, and that's it. It's touching grass, or flying into the side of a fucking brick wall. He's touching grass, it's no problem. Eats that shit for breakfast. You know, I didn't think we'd perfectly sync this up to where Kevin and Boat were gonna level up at the exact same fucking time, but here we are. Just think of it as a bonding exercise. Oh, for fuck's sake. Kevin, my guy, I love you, but we gotta talk about your moveset.
My bubble.
Ah, boy. There we fucking go. Super... well, I mean, it's... something. Alright, Boat. Work with me here, buddy. Of course not. Okay. keep fucking forgetting what it was I was trying to bring up about the music in Gen 2. Because I keep going off on weird tangents. So basically, I was talking about how I love Gen 2 music. And the point I'm trying to make... The opening to the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal Violet City theme reminds me of Battletoads. That's all I wanted to say, but I keep getting sidetracked. You're like, listen. Just a little hi-hat symbol there. Alright, so... let's get French an opportunity to level up a bit. And fucking anything other than Bubble. If it'll help speed things the fuck up. Of fucking course. You motherfucker. Hey Kevin, I got good news. You've been training for this day. Now, once again, like, it's tough now, but I know realistically that if we can get Kevin up to a gold bat or even a fucking crow bat, then we're gonna be set for a number of different, just coverage in general. Grass is gonna be flat on its ass. Bug, obviously. I was looking through, like, type distribution the other day for Gen 1, and it was just kind of fucking shocking realizing how many poison types there are in Gen 1. Like, just when you take into consideration that we wouldn't get a mono-type grass starter until Gen 2 with Chikorita. Because Bulbasaur is grass poison. Hell yeah. It's kind of fucking disgusting. Like, just the distribution of specific types of fucking course. What are you doing out of bed, mister? Because, like, think about just Gen 1 in general. Like, there were all of 3 ghost types, 5 fighting types, like, 2, 3... like, 3 dragon types. It's shocking with, like, how OP Psychic was in Gen 1, that there's so many more Psychic-type Pokemon than there were, like, fucking Ghost or Dragon. I mean, obviously, with Lance being the Dragon guy, they wanted to make sure there weren't too many, but, like, I don't know, man. There are plenty of water, plenty of grass, plenty of poison. Actually, no, I tell a lie about fighting. There's, like, 8. No, 7. Because once again, I forget about Annihilate not being a thing back then. The point is, there weren't too terribly many of those types of Pokemon compared to others. And I know this is probably not going to be the hottest hot take out there. I just think normal type is fucking boring. I think monotypes are fucking boring. Just like having like one-trick pony Pokemon, they're just one single type. Now this strikes me as like Gen 1, Gen 2 bullshit, man. Like there's so many unique animals out there and unique concepts that could be adapted into Pokemon. If you aren't afraid to just not make a lot of monotype Pokemon out there, like just have more of the likes of fire grass, because there are a lot of fucking plant species that can only propagate through like forest fires, for example. Like have more like fairy dragon type Pokemon. Because like when you look at like actual folklore and fairy tales, a lot of that shit gets pretty fucking dark, so having like 99.9% of your fairy types just be cute and pink, it just seems like a waste. And mono ghost types, man. There's so much shit that can be, you know, represented through the ghost typing, even outside the traditional concept of like haunting. Like you could have a ghost type based off of specific traumas, or ghost types based off of, I don't know, fucking body dysmorphia, or just anything. Okay, we get... I mean, I will say, Hypnosis is gonna come in clutch. Like, especially if we manage to get fucking... God, no. I'm just remembering the one ghost type they added to Gen 2 was Misdreavus. Because Miss Magius wasn't even a thought in anyone's mind. So we have all of 4 ghost Pokemon by this point in the series. Oh, my fucking word. Alright, Kevin. So, here's the situation, buddy. You may be darkness, you may be the night, but you also have glass bones and paper skin. Where the fuck is Sprout Tower? Paralyzed Cure Berry. Oh. Yeah. I mean, there's part of me that's tempted to see what we can find in terms of more encounters, but I feel like that's going to be limited by this being in the middle of the night. Academy. There's Sprout Tower. This seems like a good place to train Kevin. Oh, okay, so we need to go up one floor.
A bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say that it became the center pillar here.
See the pillar shaking? People are training upstairs.
Sprout Tower was built long ago as a place for Pokémon training.
Only if you reach the top will you obtain an HM.
That's right, this is where we get Flash, isn't it? Alright, so. pretty sure there's a fuck ton of Bellsprouts. I forget if... Aren't there wild Bellsprouts in this tower? I know there's a lot of Bellsprout trainers. I might be misremembering about wild Bellsprout here. I mean, if they're trainer battles, then chances are they're not going to be too terribly low. How much more experience do you need to get up to level 7? You've got a bit of a ways, don't you? Fuck. I mean, this is going to be the faster way to do it, so. However hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. I'm probably going to have to switch out to boat. Oh, well, actually. This might not be the worst method, actually. I'll probably have to go back to the center after this battle specifically, but... I mean, once again, if that's a crit, I don't think I have much to worry about. Now, that's a crit on the other hand. Alright.
And so the cycle begins anew.
Yeah, no, I think this is just gonna have to be the place for Kevin. I have 2 flying-type Pokemon that don't know any fucking flying-type moves. So, here's a question for those of you watching. Like, I would have to answer yes to this, but I know not everyone will necessarily be on board. Do you feel like starter Pokemon have to be grass, fire, and water? Because I feel like if Pokemon really wanted to shake things up, they would try out different type combinations with starters to try and force people to reconsider, like, early game, just what their coverage needs to be. Like, I've seen so many unique ideas and takes on, like, starter Pokemon combos, especially with Fakemon, with, like, I believe one of the ones I saw was, fighting ice and... No, it was fighting ground in... No, it was ground, ice, and dark, I want to say, was one of the matchups I believe I saw. And, like, I do feel like starting off a Pokemon game with starters that aren't just the fire, water, and grass would be a good way to just not only surprise players with something that's it's minusculely novel, but it's still enough to make you go, okay, well, if that's my fucking starting point, where are the gym leaders gonna be? If there are gym leaders, like, maybe it'll be another situation where instead of... Oh, God. Well. This is what happens when I space the fuck out. I can't believe that fucking worked. Oh, now you show the fuck up! fuck off. Ah, boy. But, yeah, no, like, is it gym leaders, or is it, like, something similar to captains or kahunas? Or do these figureheads who aren't gym leaders rely on a specific Pokemon type? Do they rely on themes instead? Is it sort of similar to, I don't know, the gym leaders from the Orange Islands in the anime, where they don't even necessarily have to rely on battling to get through the gym or the league challenge? I want to see Pokemon shake things up more with the mainline series.
This group is full of weirdos!
Hey, what do you know, a new party of weirdos. Thank you very much for dropping by. I am the Logician. I am playing through a specialized Nuzlocke of Pokemon Crystal. Right now we're just playing, well, technically base Crystal. It is Crystal 251, which basically means it's Pokemon Crystal, but you can catch all the Pokemon available.
This group is full of weirdos!
Oh, we have another raid. Holy shit. Well, hello. Thank you very much for dropping by. I am the Logician. I am a variety streamer. I do reactions as well as Let's Plays. Gaming in general, media analysis, reviews. We are doing a Halloween-themed Nuzlocke of Pokemon Crystal, where every time I accomplish something like getting a gift Pokemon or getting a gym badge or something like that, I spin a wheel to give myself either a sweet, sour, or spicy treat. But if I lose any Pokemon, then I have to spin a wheel to determine which ROM version of Crystal I have to play. Either 251, where you can catch all the Pokemon from Gens 1 and 2, Vietnamese Crystal, which, if you know, you know, or a randomized ROM, where any Pokemon could be anything from Gens 1 and 2. Thus far, I'm doing pretty good. But yeah, thank you very much for dropping by. Give me a follow or a sub if you are feeling so inclined. I was just discussing how a Pokemon game doesn't necessarily have to have grass, fire, and water starters, and you could try out a bunch of different type combos for starters in a mainline Pokemon game. So, let me introduce you to the current party we're working with. We have Kevin the Zubat, named after Kevin Conroy. We have Num, the Spinarak, named after my friend Magna and their OC Num. We have French, the Poliwag, named after Magna themselves, because their OC is very frog-like, and they have a little beret. We like to poke fun. We have Clock, the Hoot Hoot, for obvious reasons. And we have Boat, the Totodile. There's Magna in the chat right there. I do highly encourage you to give Magna a follow if you are not following already. They are a phenomenally talented artist and just a bundle of joy to be around. Alright, so let me just double check here. Okay, yeah, I think we can delve further into Sprout Tower. Level the party up a bit more. There we go. And Paralyzed Heal, not bad. So, what I'm hoping to accomplish before the stream is done is at least getting the first gym badge. We stand guard in this tower. Here, we express our gratitude to honor all Pokémon. Specifically, the one big honkin' Bellsprout, but you know what we mean. Now, the good news is that with Kevin specifically, he eats Bellsprout for breakfast, quite literally. Which is a good thing, because his only attacking move as of right now is Leech Life. It's slow going, but, you know, it's getting us somewhere. If we can get him something like Gust, you know, maybe even just Bite. Again, I really do love the OST for Gen 2. Once again, it's very much a slog at the early game of any Pokemon generation that doesn't have automatic full party experience share. But, you know, that's just kind of how it was for us in the late 90s, early aughts. Gen 2 is a masterpiece. I agree, Magna, and I appreciate you backing me up on that. Like, I mean, I understand, obviously, that not every Pokemon generation can be, okay, you complete the base game, now you can visit every other fucking region. I mean, at that point, you'd have to make a fucking MMO. But, like, the fact that you could revisit old locations and see familiar faces in Gen 2, like, from Gen 1, it really helped this game stand the fuck out. Like, because here's the thing, I do wholeheartedly consider, like, Gold, Silver, and Crystal to be sequels to Red, Green, and Blue. And the only other time we've gotten direct sequels for Pokemon generations has been, like, Black 2, White 2, and XD Gale of Darkness. And I know not everyone considers, you know, Colosseum or XD Gale of Darkness, like, mainline games. But they're not exactly categorized fully. I mean, there are spin-offs in their own right, but there seems to be dubious, like, a lack of consistent, like, agreement on how canon the Ore region is, and how canon Shadow Pokemon are, for example. And that really comes to mind if you've been watching the Pokemon anime, Horizons, like I have, which, if you're not watching Pokemon Horizons, I highly recommend giving it a shot. Like, even if, for those of you who may have dropped off the Pokemon anime because Ash was retired as a character, like, first of all, the motherfucker was, like, 36. Like, by the time they decided to move on to someone else. But legitimately, I do feel like Pokemon Horizons has some of the best writing that Pokemon has ever gotten. In terms of overall character writing, and just interesting dynamics between people and Pokemon, and, like, plot and everything. Like, is it the most subversive writing? No, absolutely not. It's still the Pokemon anime, but it still is very much worth a watch if you want to watch something that feels like a fitting spiritual successor. Did the Isekai Ash to Pokemon Arceus? No, not quite. They just decided to retire him as a character because they essentially had him do everything he could do as a character. He became the sort of world champion. Went up against the undefeated champion Leon from Galar. And they just had him do all the things. Even gave him a little last hurrah season where he and Go and some of his other companions met up and had reunions and just tied up loose ends, sort of. And they just retired Ash and Pikachu to sort of off-screen continue their adventures forever, quote-unquote. But I will say, the characters for the current Pokemon anime are well worth, like, giving a shot. Liko, Roy, Dot, Alt to a certain extent, Amethio. Fun fact, I actually have a voice acting friend who auditioned for the role of Amethio for the English dub. They ultimately did not get the role, but I listened to their audition, and they did a damn good job. Let's see here. I suppose that raises another question, actually. For those of you watching, how did you get introduced to the Pokemon franchise? Was it through the games? Was it through the anime? Was it through another form of media, or the cards, or just what have you? Because, like, I started at ground zero, man. I have a very detailed memory. Well, I say detailed, quote-unquote, but, like, it's a very specific memory of playing Pokemon Red in 1998 on my lime green Game Boy Color in the Sacramento airport when I was 8 years old. And from there, it was just my lifelong hyperfixation. X accuracy. Alright. Ah, there we go. Still have a vivid memory of a commercial showing Bulbasaur coming out of a Pokeball. Ooh, interesting. Early Pokemon commercials really hit different, I will say, Magna. Like, I remember one of the earliest fucking, like, American commercials for Pokemon was that infamous one where you have a bus driver picking up a bunch of Gen 1 Pokemon, parking the bus in a fucking trash compactor, and squishing them down into one Game Boy to catch them all, quote-unquote. Right. Like, seeing naming conventions of Pokemon across different languages is another fascinating thing, I will say. If any of you watch the streamer Shenpai, and have seen her video where she and a fellow German friend, because she was born and raised in Germany, sort of quiz themselves on, like, what Pokemon names are, because they will predominantly know them by their American names, but then they try and quiz themselves on what the German names are, and it's fascinating to see just the base, like, concepts behind those German names and everything. Somehow the anime gave me a feel completely different than watching it nowadays. Hard to explain, really, like, when you're a delicious dish. No, that's also very valid, Magna, because there's a distinct feeling of, like, I wish I could watch my favorite movie for the first time again, because you can never really have that same particular experience. Or, like, as you said, trying your favorite food for the first time is a very unique experience as well. Funnily enough, one of the channels I follow, I guess two of the channels I follow, Jolly and Korean Englishman, follow Josh Carrot and his friend Ollie. I believe his name is... Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to them, like, dabbling in different cuisines from around the world. Josh himself was born in the UK, but did a lot of his primary schooling in South Korea. And so on his channel, he introduces a lot of his friends, families, and celebrities to Korean culture by taking them on tours through South Korea and introducing them to the culture, the food, things like that. And on the Jolly channel, they go all over the place, not just Korea, but also various parts of the United States, Europe. And one of the most consistent things with Josh specifically is, like, every time he tries something he really likes, he keeps pulling out, I think that's the best blank I've ever had in my life. And it's become an ongoing joke with the crew, like, okay, yeah, one check mark for the best blank he's had of all time. I think Pokemon permanently changed my brain chemistry or something. No, I absolutely agree as well, Magna. It's been one of, if not my hyperfixation TM since age 8. That and Godzilla. Like, anything with either giant monsters or monsters that you could personally command, or both in some cases. Like, if you've ever watched, like, the Ultra Galaxy series from Super I Productions, that is basically best of both worlds. Ultra Galaxy Battle, I believe the English name for it is. Like, again, I grew up watching Godzilla and Power Rangers and things like that. I am a simple man. I like my bipedal reptile monsters, and so that's why Feraligatr is my favorite starter of all time. So, of course, for the base Crystal, I was going to go with Totodile as my starter, because it's literally just Water-type Godzilla. Alright, Kevin, you're getting a lot of mileage out of this fucking location. Can I please get something like... Again, Bite, Gust, anything, Kevin. Once you level up, which I have the distinct impression you will after this particular Bellsprout. God, this must be what fucking... I mean, not must be. This is sort of the Magikarp struggle. For anyone who knows what you get if you spend enough time, love, and energy on a Magikarp. What the payoff is for that. Of course not. Yeah, you and me both. Oh, here we are, the final fucking slog. Of course, I have no fucking escape ropes. So it's all the way back down. I mean, funnily enough, Kevin is now my second strongest on my team. There we are. Want to learn Zubat's levels for its next 2 moves? I mean, honestly, if you're offering, I won't object, Magna. That would be appreciated. Let's see. I think I'm going to swap out... I mean, honestly, I think Numb could do with some leveling. Alright, so... I really should have done this from the fucking beginning. Fucking level 12 for Bite, level 19 for Confuse Ray. Fan-tucking-fastic. Ah, boy. Cause... yeah, that's not gonna do jack shit. Oh, good! There we go. And again, the thing is, I do very much like Ghastly. And, like, I wouldn't necessarily object to a Bellsprout, but, like, for those of you who are just tuning in, I have decided to make one of the stipulations of this Nuzlocke run that I can only capture Pokemon that were introduced in Gen 2. And for those of you who are curious as to what I'm doing with a Zubat and a Poliwag, well, Zubat and Poliwag got new evolutions in Gen 2. Politoed and Crobat. And so because that's a thing, and because you can get them without trading in Pokemon Crystal 251, they count, as far as I'm concerned. I trained to find enlightenment in Pokemon. By enlightenment, I mean I left my fucking Game Boy light up in there. Bellsprout, open up! By the way, for anyone who grew up with, like, the Brick Boy and the Game Boy Color, did you have any of the attachments that you could hook up to where it would either magnify and or light up the Game Boy screen so you could play at night or, you know, under the covers or what have you? Oh, God. That's... huh. Okay, well. That's good. It's something to keep an eye on, at least. Once again, these guys are sort of a step up from the cronies downstairs, but if that's a crit, I think I have very little to worry about. But yeah, just all the little fucking doodads and gadgets and gizmos you could attach to your Game Boy back in the day. It's fucking laughable to think about, considering, like, once the Game Boy Advance, like, SP came around, we would finally get, like, a Game Boy with an actual light in it, as opposed to, like, the default Game Boy Advance, which you had to sort of plug in that little light thing at the top. Are you fucking kidding me? It's right there! Oh, that's some horse shit. Fuck you, Jin. You couldn't give me one more pixel? Really? That is fucking horse shit. I mean, I've got plenty of well, I say plenty of potions right now, but fuck it. Alright, so another level 6, I'm guessing. Alright. I can't look at that shit, dude! That is... Oh... Ah, my word. Like, it'd be one thing if that were, like, a glitch or some shit. I don't think that's a glitch. I think that's just stopping at the exact fucking numerical point where I would level up otherwise. I suppose the good news is that I'll just be that much closer to level 9. Oh, my fucking word. Good thing I got plenty of fucking Poison Sting. Oh my god. 108. Alright, and you. Now, if I remember correctly, I think by the time I get up to the Master, who's on the other side of this pillar, I face him, and then I face Entropy. Oh, damn. Well, that's doing notably more. I mean, again, it is a shame that, like, Spinarak and Ariados don't get much play, because I do love their designs genuinely. I love so many Bug-type Pokemon. Like, I think, unironically, my favorite electric types are Joltik and Galvantula. I mean, I also do love Grubbin. Like, it's very much in that camp of, like, Caterpie adjacent, but it's just got those additional little elements that put it above and beyond. Yes, I will change my Pokemon. Fuck that. Alright, French, you're up. Oh, boy. Oh, again, you are just doing your damnedest to make this as nauseatingly tedious as possible. It's more than I would prefer, but it's not exactly all that surprising. Alright. Tedium is the name of the game with early game Pokemon, as I said before. getting down to the wire of what I'm comfortable with. Alright, clock. You know, that would have absolutely killed. Okay. Trust is real. I mean, I sure as shit hope so. Because I'm not sure I trust myself right now. Alright. First, let me check something. Okay, yeah. Whew, Nelly. I think I am going to purchase some more potions. Perchance with which to pilfer more experience with. Alright. There we are. Like, again, I do want to, at the very least, get in at least one gym badge per stream with this challenge, so we'll see if it ends up going that way. Distinct possibility it will not, but hey, a man can dream. Alright, let's see. Alright, so... Let's see. So I have 6 potions currently. Actually... I might get... I'll get 1 escape rope. And then I'll get 1 potion. And just 1 of you. Alright. Now again, if memory serves, there is in fact a rival encounter at the top of this tower. Whether that is before or after the master of the tower, I do not remember specifically. Alright. Okay. You are indeed skilled as a trainer. As promised, here is your HM. But let me say this. You should treat your Pokémon better. The way you battle is far too harsh. Pokémon are not tools of war. He claims to be the Elder, but he's weak. It stands to reason. I never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokémon. I only care about strong Pokémon that can win. Really couldn't care less about weak Pokémon. Well, that saves me some worry. I mean, and even then, I wouldn't even necessarily say that was like money wasted earlier at the mart. Okay. Now let's see who we have at the forefront here. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, Maybe? At the same time... I mean, French being upfront is out of the question with this particular area. I mean, I'll say this. If shit starts to go wrong for Clock, I can absolutely bring in Kevin. It's weird that I am saying that at this point.
So good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People in Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between your Pokemon and you.
He still has Pokemon. Thus far, yes, Lore. Hello, welcome. Alright, what are we looking at here? So, okay. So it's not too bad. Just the waters a little bit. I mean, once again, I would be very concerned if a Vine Whip were all that effective against a Hoot Hoot, of all things. Oh yeah, basically my naming conventions for this run is just word association. And Hoot Hoot looks like it's got, you know, clock arms as eyebrows. There we are. That's why I need you for naming. I mean, lesson. I could do far worse. Oh, okay. Interesting. I think I'll stick in for now. That's level 10. Huh. So this thing probably knows some flying moves. Well, I will test the waters with a tackle. But I can do worse. I mean, listen, it's... it is what it is. They're not exactly meant to be fucking sterling. Ooh. Alright. Boat, you're up. Alright, buddy. Bring you down a little bit. And hopefully... There we go. Sprout. Yeah, I think I should be fine with... Not all that confident. Well, I'll bring him in. I'll heal him up. Should not be an issue. Yeah, it's level 7. There we go. All right. It is interesting that the fucking Master of Sprout Tower has a Pokemon stronger than Falconer's strongest, but, I mean, I suppose he's got something to prove. Which you would think would translate to him having a Weepin' Bell instead of a Hoot Hoot, but, hey, who am I to judge?
come on.
There we go.
Oh, really? Fucking... excellent. You and your Pokemon should have no problem using this move.
Yep, there it is.
Flash illuminates even the darkest of all places. But to use it out of battle, you need the badge from Violet's gym.
Alright. Now, here's the thing. The expectation would be to just give Flash to Kevin. Because it's sort of just become the fate of most Zubat to be stuck with Flash.
Are you using level caps?
Not for this ROM, no. I will be using it if I have to play through the other versions of the game. Basically what's happening, lore, is that I am useless against this fucking Ghastly. Basically, every time I lose a Pokemon, I have to spin a wheel to see what other version of Pokemon Crystal I have to play. And with those other ROMs, I implement additional rules. With the base Pokemon Crystal 251, which is basically Pokemon Crystal, but you can catch all the Pokemon in Gens 1 and 2 without trading or events. I am not worried about level caps in this one. However, if I lose a Pokemon and have to play either the randomized Crystal or Vietnamese Crystal, I will be adhering to level caps. Alright, so... Actually, since this was an accomplishment, it resulted in me getting an HM, which is sort of plot important. I think this will be a good opportunity to show another element of this stream, the trick-or-treat element. So here we have the wheel. Every time I gain some sort of accomplishment, like a gym badge or a gift Pokemon, or I guess in this case I could also associate that with HMs, I spin this wheel rather, to see what sort of treat I will give myself. Last couple times I got a sweet treat. Am I gonna... What the fuck is this luck? So that is the third consecutive time that I've gotten my favorite candy bar. Alright, so that is another Butterfinger. Hence why I have the box on screen with me. Alright. Oh. Wrong thing I was activating. So. Let's see here. There we are. Also, for those of you who are coming in a little later, I have another stipulation that applies to all three ROMs, and that is, I am only allowing myself to capture Pokemon that either were introduced in Gen 2 or have new evolutions as of Gen 2. So I have Totodile, Hoot Hoot, and Spinarak because they were introduced in Gen 2, but I also have Poliwag and Zubat because Gen 2 introduced Politoed and Crobat.
A guy named Bill made the Pokemon PC storage system.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Mugman.
It was around 3 years ago. Team Rocket was up to no good with Pokemon. But justice prevailed. A young kid broke him up.
Isn't that always the way? You think a fucking relationship is going so well, and then a kid comes into the picture. Alright, so. No, I'm absolutely getting one more potion. Alright, so. Let's make a plan of attack. We have French up front. And just let's break down my thought process for these nicknames for those of you coming in late. French is named after my friend Magna, who is a frog VTuber who wears a little beret. And it is an ongoing joke that because they wear a beret, they are French. They are not, in fact, French. That is just for us to poke fun at. We have Clock the Hoot Hoot for obvious reasons. I mean, it's clock hands and gears on the fucking eyes. We have Kevin the Zubat, named after Kevin Conroy, the one true Batman. We have Num, the Spinarak, named after Magna's spider OC Num. And we have Boat the Totodile, the goat, the boat, rowing us gently down the stream in this relatively easy Nuzlocke run. Comparatively easy, anyway. So, we will go into start with French. Well, face off against, I want to say there's 1 or 2 trainers before Faulkner proper.
Hey, I'm no trainer, but I can give some advice. Believe me, if you believe, a championship dream can come true. You believe? Then listen. The grass type is weak against the flying type. Keep this in mind.
Man, I'm already missing fucking the Kanto guy who's like, hey, champ in the making! That's why I was going with my whole pussy into the New York accent. Alright, let's see here.
Let me see if you're good enough to face Faulkner.
Nice little callback to Brock with the, you're 1,000 light years too early to be facing him. It is interesting how badass they made the bird keepers look. Oh damn, level 9. Did Bulbapedia lie to me about the level cap? Because it said that his strongest was Pidgeotto at level 9.
Ooh, maybe I need to take him out. Maybe I need to take him out.
Pote, you're up. Alright. Might try Hypnosis to get a few other attacks. Maybe! I might do that with the next Mon. I think I should be good. Okay. Pretty sure it's at level 11 or 13 that Pidgey... Is it? I need to check fucking Bulbapedia again, because I think that fucking lied to me. Well, first of all, I'm healing up my fucking boys. I guess I wasn't pushing the level cap after all. It's a remake? Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to... I'm gonna double check anyway. Just to make sure. Let's see. Faulkner... Let's see, so, yeah, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. It's a Pidgey at level 7 and a Pidgeotto at level 9. In the remakes, the Pidgey's at level 9 and the Pidgeotto's at level 13. You said yourself you're not doing level... I know I said that, but I also want to make sure that I didn't fucking get shit information. Just to make sure, like, Because if it were higher up, then I might consider leveling up the rest of my team. Okay. So, that was a panic attack and a half. I mean, I think I might still lead with French, just to get him some more levels. Alright. There we go. Keyword is guts. Those here are training night and day to become bird Pokemon masters. Come on! Alright. Got Pidgey. Alright, this is a little more manageable, hopefully. Yeah, I think I will take your advice, Laura, and start off with a Hypnosis. Ah, boy. Now, the question is, does this do the Gen 1 thing where waking up is your turn? Or did they change that in Gen 2? Oh, nope, they changed it. Okay. I mean, we're still doing okay. So far, so good. There we are. Now, can I get anything else? Apparently not. Alright, so Hypnosis. You know, hell of a turnaround. I mean, honestly, I think this might be the strat for Faulkner. It's a good thing I decided to go with counting fucking new evolutions. Otherwise, there's the distinct possibility it might have been cooked, as the children say. There we are. Good thing also listen to your friend Lorelei on occasion. I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day. Good thing that my clock is still intact. I mean, it's almost as if that's our entire dynamic, Lorelei. Alright. So, I think we're looking pretty good. Bully, you know it. Alright, so here we go. And I think once I get the gym badge...
Mean ass boy, little fuck shit gamer bro.
I mean, yes, I'm a male VTuber. What do you want from me? Once I get the gym badge, if I get the gym badge, I think that will be it for tonight's stream. I'm Faulkner, the Violet Pokemon Gym Leader. People say you can clip flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of the magnificent bird Pokemon! First of all, they're called flying types, my guys. Second of all, I don't think there even are electric types available this early on. Okay, so it looks like Bulbapedia did not lie. Alright, anyway, Hypnosis. And the good news is that Bubble will occasionally lower speed as well. Alright, there we go. There we go. Wait, is it somewhat of a toxic strat? Yeah. Is it getting us through the gym? Yes. You know. As a wise cat once said, slimy yet satisfying. Toxic strat, there's literally no such thing. Yeah, no, you're right. I will say I appreciate you correcting me on that shit. I was nearly starting to sound like a fucking competitive player. Alright, now you. With, as the children say, your yee-yee ass haircut. There we go. I always get scared when I see shit like it didn't affect, because I know it's not trying to say it doesn't affect, but the whole point is, you know, diversifying your skills to make the most out of your Pokemon strengths. Yeah, no, I agree. Alright. Not bad. When legendary spammers and people only go for the most powerful moves and last against skillful play. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, Nelly! I'm getting in another hypnosis. Fuck. That's really not good. Of course, it would come down to a crit. Well, I'm sorry, Magna. Really am. The good news is that you're survived by Numb. Alright, one more of fucking... I mean, it was unfortunately inevitable. Darn! My dad's cherished bird You're a fucking Nepo baby! That's right! I forgot about that! Alright, take this. It's the official Pokemon League Zephyr badge. Alright. It also enables Pokemon to use Flash if they have it anytime. Here, take this too. Alright, TM31. By using a TM, a Pokemon will instantly learn a new move. Think before you act. A TM can be used only once. TM can Mud Slap? Out of all the fucking things, my guy? I mean, I know it's been a hot minute since I played Gen 2, but I would have guessed, like, I don't know, Gust? Peck? It reduces the enemy's accuracy while it causes damage. In other words, it is both defensive and offensive. Your haircut's offensive. Ah, damn.
Hello, Logic. We've discovered something about the egg. My assistant is at the Pokémon Center in Violet City. Could you talk to him?
Not the time, Doc.
Logic, long time no see. Professor Elm asked me to find you. He has another favor to ask. Would you take the Pokemon egg? I mean...
I suppose a position did just open up.
We discovered that a Pokemon will not hatch until it grows in the egg. It also has to be with other active Pokemon to hatch. Logic, you're the only person we can rely on. Please call Professor Elm when the egg hatches. Ah, boy.
Well... I'm sorry, French. I mean, you had a solid strat. Just gotta be honest. Let me just even double check before I make a stupid mistake. Okay, yeah, it is French. I mean, you very much got us through that first gym. I mean, I suppose the good news is now we don't have to worry about too many water types, but at the same time, it would have been nice to have a little Politoed around. But know that Num is doing just fine. They will be just fine. Hello, Pastus. Yes, exactly. And you will be missed. Alright. Well, in this one you can. Because I am playing Pokemon Crystal 251. Which means I can get every single Pokemon from Gens 1 and 2 without trading or events. It is a specialized ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal. However, that is currently... yeah, cheater. Well, the good news is now I don't have to worry about being a cheater because now I have to roll to see what fucking ROM I play next. But first, I'm gonna reward myself. So, let's get the good news out of the way, I suppose. So, what treat do I get with the Zephyr badge? Alright, well, I mean, I suppose that is fitting, because this gym battle did leave a sour taste in my mouth. For the first time, it's not a Butterfinger. It is, in fact, a Sour Patch Kid. So, let me just make that adjustment real quick. And... OBS, would you stand fucking still? Alright, so... flipping that box there. Alright. I mean, when you stop and think about it, aren't Sour Patch Kids just like the American equivalent of Jelly Babies? Alright, so there's that out of the way, I suppose. Sorry, just the fucking, like, PC going, what?
Hey, don't judge me.
Damn. I do also need to fucking update the... Well, first let me just heal everyone.
I'm judging you for killing a frog who didn't do nothing to you.
I mean, you're right in that they didn't do nothing other than put people to sleep. I joke, Magna, I love you. Okay, so let me go ahead and make some adjustments to the team format here. So, oh, wrong button. I need to tweak you. Alright, so bring it back to you. That. There we are. Alright. So there's that out of the way. And now, let me just quickly save. I suppose it's kind of only fitting that this stream would end with an actual death to remind us all that it's a Nuzlocke.
Shame. Shame on the frog killer. Shame for your fuck ass. Koshei should deny you chew. Shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well. Now let's get into this. So now, we have to see whether or not I keep playing 251, the randomized ROM, or Pokémon Vietnamese Crystal. I guess today's my lucky day! So we get to keep playing... Well, actually, I mean, it's... Isn't much of a punishment if I have to fucking still use that as an option. Well, I'll tell you what, it's the end of the stream. I'll say we can keep it here for now, but for the next stream, if I get another death, because this is the more lenient run. I mean, leniency is sort of the name of the game with the 251 run. Let's see here. Get back. I'll say for the... When I'm playing the 251 ROM, we can keep all three options. But if I hit the... either the randomized or the Vietnamese ROM, every death after that will be lowered down to just 2 options per death. Ah, my word. But that is, in fact, the first stream of the Trick or Treat Triplocke. I mean, I knew I was getting a bit big for my britches with my attitude, honestly. But this was a sobering reminder that Nuzlocks are gonna be Nuzlocks. And wherever there are Nuzlocks, there are royal pains in the ass soon to follow. Genuinely, though, I do appreciate each and every one of you for dropping by and providing your support, engaging in conversation.
Do not, NOT, get your son killed or I'm gonna cry and make it your problem.
You'll do that anyway. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Bitch, I live with you. Anyway. Thank you all very much for dropping by. I hope you are interested in this series. God help me, I know I'm already too invested. And until next Friday, honestly, until the next time in general, which you'll see me tomorrow, hopefully. Until the next time, regardless, always remember to fucking think.